Hey all, I'm back with another reading journal video. This month it's going to be March reading journal. I know it's a little late, but better late than never, I guess, yeah. So this time I thought I would show you a little introduction of what all products I use to fill my monthly pages. So this is the journal that I use, and I've been using this since last year. I used it in 2024, but I still had almost like more than half of the notebook. So this year also I'm continuing with that. This journal is from Neorah. It's a brand based out of Tamil Nadu. I'll link it down in the description. By the way, none of these products are sponsored. I bought them with my own money. And these are the DOMS pastel brush pens. I got it around 2-3 years back. So in the past 1-2 years, I've been using them regularly and they're still very good. And these two are Tombow brush pens. I use these to write out the headings. I just bought this from Amazon, so maybe I'll leave the Amazon link in the description below. And these are Brustro Fineliners. I use this to write my reviews and any other details that I fill up in different spreads. I'll link this also below. And some of these you might have already seen in my 2024 reading journal flip through, I guess. And these are the Crayola Supertips. I got this also from Amazon. I use the yellow color marker mainly to write the ratings. Others I use in little spreads at various points. And these are the basic supplies like pencil, eraser, etc. And this is a printout that I use. This is a printout template that I use in Canva to basically print out the book covers and the prints I need for my monthly wrap-up page. And then I've got scissors and glue to stick those pictures. So yeah, that's about it. These are the supplies I use. Oh, and the main thing, stickers and washi tapes. So I got these stickers at various points while buying any planner or journal as a freebie to it. So that's what I've been collecting. All these years I haven't been able to use them because they're too pretty. But this year I thought that I would actually use them and put them to good use. And these are the washi tapes that again I bought over the years. There's a separate video of swatching all my washi tapes if you want to see that. I'll link that also in the description below. So yeah, that's all the supplies I use. It might seem like a lot, but it's really not. It's not like I'm going to be using each and every pen that I showed you here. It's often only a few colors that I use at a time. So yeah, let's get started. So for March spread, by now you must have been familiar with how I set up my monthly spreads. It's very simple. I just set up one calendar page and then the reviews of all the books I read that month, and finally a wrap-up page. So at the end of the month, I also fill my yearly pages. So update my yearly pages for that particular month. So that's what I'll be doing this month also. It's nothing different from my previous videos. So first I mark the boxes for the calendar. I used my pencil and scale to basically mark the number of boxes required and the number of spaces that I should leave between each day. That's what I'm doing here. On the right side that you see is my another Canva template that I use to post on Instagram. So I run a book club. So the book club conducts a reading challenge called Pages of Lit Zone. The book club name is Lit Zone Book Club. So that's where the name is derived from. So in that we basically encourage participants to read consistently and update their daily progress with friends so that it creates sort of an accountability, etc. So we use this template for that purpose. So it just has the calendar of that month and the number of books or the titles of books that we read, and which is color coded based on the number of pages that we read each day. So for example, if you see the first book that is in yellow color, and if I read that book on say March 3rd, I'll put a yellow color shade on March 3rd box and write the number of pages there as well. So that's how this template works. I post this sometime on Instagram. I don't post it every day because I don't want to spam anyone, but some people are really posting it every day and I appreciate them. So it's really inspiring and motivating to others as well if they post it daily. So I'm really in awe of them, and there are some people who have read every day of the month as well. So yeah, I like to think that this challenge has been really helpful for quite a few people. So I also try to stick to this challenge, but I don't always get the time to read every day. It's very rare if I read even like 10 pages a day. So for example, if in March you see I've read only for 17 days out of the 31 days. So while I use that template, I just replicate that into my physical journal from digital mode to the physical paper format. So that's what this calendar page is about. And so next it'll all be my review pages. So I just add washi tapes or any stickers wherever possible, just so that I use up all the stickers and washi tape that I showed you at the beginning. So next will be all my review pages. So for that, I take printout at the end of every month with the pictures of the books that I read that month and the Storygraph wrap-up chart. So there's an app called Storygraph in which you can track your reading, track what books you're reading, track how many pages you're reading from which book each day, and all those things. So at the end of the month, based on what you have logged in that Storygraph app, it gives you some fancy charts. So I take printout of that and put it in my physical journal. So what you see me doing right now is, the first book I read in March was this Murder in the Family. So I paste that picture and write the title in Tombow brush pen in brush calligraphy style, and then I use a yellow color marker to mark the rating that I gave for that book. And I write basic details like which book it was. Like it was, so for example, this book was 11th book that I read in the year, so I've written that on top. And the genre of the book I write across the right side of the printer, and at the bottom I write from when to when did I read this book. I think I read this from March 4 to March 7. So that's what I write, and below the big space is for my review. So I regularly post reviews on Bookstagram as well. Last few months I haven't been that consistent in posting reviews, but for April I actually have a lot of posts scheduled. I first post them on Storygraph and then they make it to my Instagram. So if you want to see my reviews in advance, you can just go over to my Storygraph and look at them. I'll link my Storygraph also below. So yeah, that's how I write my review. It's not that I don't write my reviews for the first time in my journal. I actually type them out directly in Storygraph review page, and then I copy that and post it on Instagram as a caption for the book reviews that I post, and then I write it in my physical reading journal. Yeah, and here also I add washi tapes. So all the next books, I actually haven't gotten to writing a review yet. So in this video, what you'll see is only me pasting the pictures and writing out all those basic details like title, author, rating, etc. So to paste this, I am using a Fevistick roller glue. I've been using it for last 3-4 months, I guess, and it's been really good. Yeah, so that's all about the review pages, and if I'm going to show you me writing all of these reviews, it's just going to make the video too long. So even if I have written the reviews, I wouldn't have been showing all the review pages. So one review page, that was what we saw earlier, and I'm sure you would have seen my previous videos as well in the January and February reading journal setup. And to be honest, it sometimes feels like I'm writing homework or writing my classwork note or catching up with my classwork note when I actually write down the reviews, or rather copy down the reviews from Storygraph to my reading journal, especially the last few books of 2024. Even though I had posted reviews on Instagram, Storygraph or Goodreads, I got around to writing it in my journal only in the month of December. So in the month of December alone, I must have written like around 30 book reviews in 30 different pages. So it's like it took me back to my school days where we used to update classwork note from the notes we had jotted down in the rough note, or copy it from classwork to homework note, all those kind of thing. So yeah, anyways, here's the wrap-up page. So as I said before, I print these charts and graphs from Storygraph, and again I stick the smaller size of the book covers that I read here. So that's what you see me doing here. And if you're wondering why there are two charts of the same appearance, it's because if you had seen my February video, you would have seen that instead of taking the February graph for that month, I printed the January again. So February wrap up I had left it blank, so that is what I'm cutting right now, the February wrap up from my story graph. So it was like 2 extra prints this month that I had to take. And what I'm arranging here is all just March wrap up. So the above wrap up is a whole month wrap up. It has the top rated books and fiction versus non-fiction pie chart. So that little pink color round is actually fiction versus non-fiction. I read only fiction books in this month, so that's why it's entirely pink. And the bottom pie chart at the right with blue color and pink color sections, that is for e-book versus physical books. So blue color one is a physical book. I read only one e-book this month, that is The Housemaid is Watching. Others were all physical books that I had. And Sunrise on the Reaping was a book that I bought only this month and read it this month. And that bar chart that you see, those are all journal based charts. So it categorizes the books that I read that month into journals, and each bar represents one journal. And the bottom chart, bigger pie chart that you see, that is the moods of the books that I read. So all these charts, you can access it with the free version of Storygraph app itself. So I have not subscribed to Storygraph Plus version, that is the premium version of Storygraph. Just with the free version, you can get so many charts. There are actually much more charts available also. I just don't take that many printouts for a monthly wrap-up. For yearly wrap-up, yes, you might have seen that in my 2024 journal as well. But for monthly wrap-up, that is it actually. So yeah, here you see me, I'm reading the February wrap-up, which I left blank last month. That is what it is. So all my wrap-up pages will look like this. Just a couple of charts from Storygraph and the small book cover with the rating below them. And some washi tapes and stickers to add a little color. So after this, I update my March month reads in my yearly journal. So this is a reading goals page where I have a goal of reading 50 books this year. So as and when I read each book, I'll update here. And this is 25 and 2025. I actually completed 2 books from that list this month. And this is Read Christie. I also completed 2 books from this list this month. In February, I didn't read it, so I read that book also in March. So those are the 2 books that I read this month. And here's a year overview page and year in pixels page. Year in pixels page is basically to track the number of pages I read each day for one whole year together in one page. So, and it's color coded based on the number of pages that I read that day. So this left side grid that you see is for one box represents one day of the year, and the right side legend has the number of pages for each color. So based on that, I update the left side grid, and I can't wait to see this page at the end of the year. Year overview page is something like basic stats like number of books, number of pages, number of books I bought, and the money I spent on books, and also my Instagram follower count at the end of that month. So that is for one line for each month that I update. Yeah, and next is the books bought page. I list down all the books that I buy in that particular month. So this month I bought 8 books totally. So that is what I'm writing down here. So I went to the bookstore this month basically to buy Sunrise on the Reaping. If you're a huge Hunger Games fan like me, you must be aware by now that the 5th book of that series released in March, and to buy that book I went to the bookstore. None of the bookstores had it, so I ended up ordering on Amazon. But since I went to the bookstore, I bought like another 8 books that have been in my wishlist for quite some time. And this is my physical TBR tracker. Basically, I track down how many books I read from my physical TBR and how many I bought, and add and subtract it to get the number of books that I have unread. And this is a reading log page. So it's basically a list of all books I read during that year. So this is basically a list with all the books that I read, with the details like author, genre, the format, the dates when I read that book, and the rating, and whether or not I've reviewed that book yet. So I update this at the end of every month with the books that I read that month. So in March, I read 6 books overall. So I'm writing down the details of all those 6 books that I read here. So I guess in this year totally so far I've read 16 books. So yeah, that's the reading log page, updated with my March reads as well. Let us do a quick flip through now. So this is my front page of my journal, and this is the reading goals page, and this is the 25 in 2025 page. So like I said before, I read 2 books from this list. Both were Agatha Christie books. And this Lit Zone book club page, I am yet to take printouts of our April, May, June book of the month. So once that is done, I'll be updating this page. And this is the Read Christie book. It's actually the same book that we saw in 2025 that I read for this challenge as well. So that's what I've updated here. And the year overview and year in pixels page, I'm hoping this will look very colorful by the end of the year. So in between, I noticed that at the beginning of the year I had marked certain pages with pencil. So this month I noticed that I had forgotten to erase those, so that's what I did now. Yeah. And next is the books bought page and my physical TBR tracker. So as of the month end, I have like 1 or 200 books. I'm hoping to reduce it to 60 by the end of this year, but let's see how that goes. And next is the reading log page, basically a list of all books that I've read this year. In March I read 6 books, so that's what I've updated here. And the next are all the monthly pages. So like I said at the start of the video, my monthly pages are really simple, just one calendar page and then the review pages, for which I'm yet to write the reviews of these 5 books. And finally a wrap-up page with a couple of charts from Storygraph and the book covers of that month. So yeah, it goes zigzag like this. That's what I was trying to tell. So yeah, that's it. See you in another video. Bye.